Hi there. My name is Paulie, and I'm a polar bear. Let me tell you about my story. Let me take you back to the frosty embrace of my birthplace, the Arctic. It was a land of vast ice sheets, piercing winds, and endless stretches of icy wilderness. In this stark but beautiful landscape, I, Paulie the Polar Bear, came into this world. I was born to a loving mother, her soft fur providing warmth and protection against the biting cold. My siblings and I were born in a den carefully dug into the snow, a sanctuary from the harsh elements outside. My mother nurtured us with care, teaching us the ways of survival in this unforgiving environment. My family was everything to me. My mother's teachings, my siblings' playful antics, they all shaped me into the bear I am today. We roamed the Arctic, hunting seals, fishing in the icy waters, and traversing the frozen terrain with grace and strength. But even amidst the beauty of our Arctic home, there were whispers of change on the horizon. Climate shifts were becoming more pronounced, the ice melting faster than before, and our once plentiful hunting grounds were dwindling. Little did I know, these changes would alter the course of my life in ways I couldn't fathom. Yet, in those early days, I reveled in the simple joys of family and exploration, unaware of the challenges that lay ahead. Those were the days of innocence, of boundless curiosity, and the endless expanse of the Arctic stretched out before me, beckoning me to explore its mysteries. As I grew, so did my wanderlust. I ventured farther from the safety of my den, exploring the vastness of the Arctic with a sense of wonder and excitement. Every day brought new discoveries, icy caves hidden beneath snowdrifts, shimmering auroras dancing across the sky, and the thrill of the hunt as I honed my skills as a predator. Life in the Arctic was both beautiful and brutal. I learned to navigate treacherous ice floes, to endure the biting cold of winter storms, and to adapt to the ever-changing rhythms of the seasons. Yet, amidst the challenges, there was a sense of belonging, a connection to this land that ran deep in my veins. I forged friendships with other creatures of the Arctic, from the majestic walruses basking on rocky shores to the agile Arctic foxes darting through snow-covered landscapes. Together, we carved out a life in this harsh but magnificent wilderness, each species playing a vital role in the delicate balance of nature. But as I matured, I began to sense a shift in the world around me. The ice beneath my paws seemed less stable, the seals harder to find, and the once pristine wilderness tainted by the encroaching presence of humans. It was a subtle change at first, but one that would soon reverberate throughout the Arctic, touching every corner of our icy realm. In the grand tapestry of the Arctic, polar bears like me hold a unique position. We are the guardians of the ice, the rulers of the frozen realm. But more than that, we are what scientists call a keystone species. You see, a keystone species is like the linchpin of an ecosystem. Our presence and activities have a disproportionate impact on the balance of the entire ecosystem. Take, for example, our role as top predators. By regulating the population of seals and other prey animals, we help maintain the health of the entire food web. Without us, the delicate balance of the Arctic ecosystem would unravel. Overpopulation of seals could lead to depletion of fish stocks, which in turn could affect the livelihoods of indigenous peoples who depend on these resources for survival. Furthermore, the decline of polar bears could trigger a cascade of effects, ultimately leading to the collapse of the entire ecosystem. But it's not just our role as predators that makes us keystone species. Our interactions with the environment, from digging dens in the snow to create shelters for ourselves and other animals, to our movements across vast stretches of ice that help disperse nutrients, all contribute to the intricate web of life in the Arctic. As the Arctic faces unprecedented challenges from climate change and human activities, the role of keystone species like polar bears becomes even more crucial. We serve as sentinels, warning of the impending threats to this fragile ecosystem. It's a responsibility I carry with pride, even as I watch the world around me change in ways I never imagined possible. Despite our resilience and adaptability, polar bears like me are facing increasingly dire threats from human-induced changes to our environment. Pollution, deforestation, and climate change have become ominous shadows looming over the Arctic, casting a dark pall over our once pristine wilderness. Pollution, particularly from industrial activities and shipping, contaminates the Arctic waters and prey species that we rely on for survival. Toxic chemicals accumulate in our bodies, weakening our immune systems and affecting our reproductive health. As top predators, we are especially vulnerable to the effects of bioaccumulation, as pollutants become more concentrated as they move up the food chain. Deforestation and habitat destruction further exacerbate our plight. As human development encroaches upon our Arctic home, our traditional hunting grounds are diminished, forcing us to travel longer distances in search of food. This puts added stress on already struggling populations, making it harder for us to find enough nourishment to sustain ourselves and our young. But perhaps the greatest threat of all is climate change. Rising temperatures are causing the Arctic sea ice to melt at an alarming rate, shrinking our hunting grounds and disrupting the delicate balance of the entire ecosystem. Without the stable platform of sea ice, we are unable to hunt for seals, forcing us to rely on less nutritious food sources or to travel farther distances, expending precious energy just to survive. These threats are not just distant concerns, they are stark realities that we polar bears face every day. As I witness the changes unfolding around me, I can't help but feel a sense of urgency. The clock is ticking, and the future of my species hangs in the balance. If we are to have any hope of survival, humans must take action now to mitigate the impacts of climate change and protect our fragile Arctic home. Despite the challenges we face, there is still hope for the future of polar bears and the Arctic ecosystem as a whole. But it will require concerted effort and commitment from humans around the world. One of the most critical steps we can take is to address the root causes of climate change. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions through measures such as transitioning to renewable energy sources, increasing energy efficiency, and protecting forests can help slow the pace of global warming and mitigate its impacts on the Arctic. In addition to addressing climate change, we must also work to reduce pollution and protect habitat. Implementing strict regulations on industrial emissions and shipping practices can help minimize pollution in the Arctic environment, preserving the health of both wildlife and human communities. And protecting key habitats through the establishment of marine protected areas and conservation initiatives can provide essential refuge for polar bears and other Arctic species. But perhaps the most important thing humans can do is to cultivate a deeper sense of connection and empathy for the natural world. By recognizing our interconnectedness with all living beings and acknowledging our responsibility as stewards of the Earth, we can inspire meaningful change and create a more sustainable future for generations to come. You don't really want a world without us, do you? As I look out upon the vast expanse of ice and snow that stretches before me, I am filled with a sense of determination. I may be just one polar bear in a vast and changing world, but I refuse to surrender to despair. With the help of humans who are willing to stand alongside us in this fight, I believe we can overcome the challenges that threaten our Arctic home and ensure a brighter tomorrow for all who call this majestic wilderness their own. Thank you for watching. Our channel, known as the Renaissance Spirit, is dedicated to the pursuits of a just, equitable, and humanitarian world. Video topics encompass areas including history, politics, religion, personal development, society, culture, social and environmental justice, and other topics of liberal arts and sciences, including ancient Rome and the Roman Empire, which is a great comparison and contrast of the modern world. Topics perfect for the true modern polymath. The Renaissance ushered in a golden age in the pursuit of knowledge both lost to time and yet to be discovered. It gave birth to the Enlightenment and the Age of Reason. Embracing truth, knowledge, and an understanding and compassion for humanity opens up the world to each of us, individually, and improves all of humanity, affording us the opportunity to be better stewards of the earth and to each other. The Renaissance Spirit, more than just a philosophy or style, but a style for living, learning, growing, and thinking. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share. If you're looking to explore and experience what life has to offer, I'm sure you'll enjoy the other videos on my channel. Please peruse, and let me know in the comments what you get out of them and what other videos you'd like to see. But first, please take the quiz next to see if you're a Renaissance Spirit. Live the Renaissance Spirit.